Okay, finally found my mouse. So welcome everybody. We don't have a lot of people here, but I'm going to start anyway. More people can join us throughout the session. And as you know, this session is recorded. So for those of you who will watch us later, welcome to YouTube. So that's completely fine. My name is Eliran. I'm sure that most of you, or a lot of you, or everyone here, on that list, I'm sure that you already know me. I'm the training manager here in Ajax. And with me today, I have Omri. Omri is the product manager for MoMa. And he will be with us in the chat. So feel free to leave your questions in the chat for him. Omri, would you like to say hi?
Yes, hi, hello everyone. A second, I will open my camera. Hi, hello everyone.
So we'll do this. We will do this together. I'm going to present everything from the presentation, and we will be in the chat. And as I said, just like any other webinar, this session is recorded, and you will receive the presentation and the recording of the webinar in the follow-up email that we will send to you on Thursday, in 2 days from now. So don't worry, you will have all of that information. Sometimes you will see me kind of looking around me. That's because I have a few monitors here, some of them with the chat, another one with the presentation and the camera. So don't worry, I am here with you today. And let's start, I believe. Yes, okay. So as you see here on today's agenda, we will discuss about MoMa 2.0. We are still in the beta version. We're going to discuss a little bit about that. I'm going to start by letting you know about the major decisions that had led to this new version. And we'll also talk about the features themselves in MoMa that I know that some of you have already started to use that. And we're going to dive into that a little bit today. And before we start, one thing that's really important for me to say, I know that you've been using the app for 2 weeks. This session should have been last week, and then we pushed it a week further because we wanted you to experience the app a little more, and we wanted to construct this webinar that will have more information for you. And I don't want this webinar to focus just on the UI of the new app and just on what you see. I want to take it a step further, and I want to show you all of the added value and all of the extra functionality that you can gain out of the app in its current version, in the beta version. So we will touch the UI, we will touch a lot of the features that you have, and I'm going to give you some pro tips here and there on the topics that are going to be relevant for you, or that we understood that are relevant for you as operators, as distributors. I see that we have here a variety of people. At the end of the webinar, we will finish with the pipeline. We still want to show you what's in store and what upcoming features Omri and the developer team are preparing for you in the app so that you'll know what's planned ahead. Now, before we start, if you've been with me in my past webinars, you know that I really love to do that. Before we start, I want you to take your phones or open another tab in your browser. And I want to have a short, quick Mentimeter quiz. It's not basically a quiz, but what I want you to do is I want you to take your phone, open up the browser in your phone, or open another tab. Go to www.menti.com, as you see on the top section of this slide. Use the code that appears there. And I want to ask a few questions. I want to get to know you a little bit more. In most cases, I used to use in the chat of Zoom, but I do found that Mentimeter is something that's a little bit more fun to use. So I really want to see all of you. I'm going to wait just a little bit more. And as you see, I can just keep on talking. So I really want you to log into menti.com, either from your computer or from your mobile phone, preferably from your mobile phone. And I'm just going to ask a few short questions. I see that we have 5 people here, which is still not much. I'm going to wait a little bit more. The first question that you see here is, have you downloaded MoMa to your mobile? And of course, I'm referring to MoMa and its new version, the beta version of MoMa 2.0. I'm going to continue on, and the instructions on how to join us are going to remain on the screen. So The next question that I have for you, although I recognize a lot of your names, I still want to know, in which country are you located? I know that we have Germany here. I know that we have the UK. I know that we have Israel, just by your names. Okay, so United Kingdom, London, UK, England. It's like three ways of saying that, well, not exactly the same thing, but you know. We had 6 people on the previous questions. So, oh, great. US, Switzerland, that's nice. Uni, Uni. Okay, so we have the majority of the people here are from Europe, which is great. Now, in case you're an operator, how many machines do you have? Small, medium, large? And Charlie's saying in the chat, when I try to log into the MoMa app, I get the following message. I'm gonna address that in just a few moments. Okay, we know this basically it's a better version, and we know that. I'm gonna address that in just a few moments. And don't worry, I made sure that here you'll have all the information, and it's gonna remain with you, and I'm gonna touch all of that in just a few minutes. Okay, so first of all, more people are joining us. I see that we have 9 people here. The majority are large operators, which is great. And now I want to talk a little bit about MoMa. So I want to ask you, what is the favorite feature in MoMa 2.0 so far? What's the favorite feature that exists in the app? All of you have answered that you downloaded the app. So what's the feature that you like the most? Okay, I'm really interested. I'm really curious to know because you know, I'm going to touch a lot of features today, and I just want to make sure that we're covering up everything. So I have 3 questions on that. That's the first. So what is the favorite feature that you like to use in MoMa 2.0 right now? Okay, so we're starting to get the answers of attaching QR, the GUI aspect, which is amazing, inventory, complete business overview. I'm going to touch on that. I'm going to give you a cool tip on that later. Pick list, and I believe that's pick list and inventory. Unknown. I've never been able to log into either this version or the first. The first is kind of interesting. Now this questionnaire is anonymous, so if you can just send me a direct message or to Omri, which is also here with us in the chat, and we'll be able to check that. Important alarms, that's also an answer that we have here. And I'm going to jump in meanwhile for the next question. What features from the previous version are missing for you in the new version? Okay, meaning what features that you used on the previous version of MoMa do you want to see in the current version? So I'm going to wait a moment to see that you're responding. If you don't want to answer there, you can also reply in the chat. You can reply privately. You can reply to everyone. There may not be any feature that you miss. Okay, but we're going to touch on that later on. What the question that we are really curious about is, what new features would you like to see in the new MoMa? So basically, what do you want to see in the app? What features would you like us to work on? Now, I know that some of you have already emailed Omri about that, the MoMA team, but I want to see it here. Let's wait a moment for your answers. What new features would you like to see in the new MoMA? Can you answer? Like, is there a reason why we had a lot of answers at the beginning and right now I'm not getting any? It's kind of it's kind of interesting, but we're gonna touch a lot of features today, so don't worry about that. We're gonna touch a lot of features that existed in the MoMA app and features that you currently have in the new version, and we're also going to talk about a lot of tips and tricks. Not able, oh, thank you, Karen. Not able to add details on the Menti app. Okay, so I'll check on that, but at least we know that the chat is working. So if you want to let me know about features that you want to see in the new MoMA, in the new version of the MoMA app, so please write it in the chat. I'm constantly looking at that, and Omri is also here with us, so he will also be able to read your messages as well. But I don't want to hold you back. I want to dive into our topics today, and I want to start by talking about the new app and basically why did we change it? Like, why did we need a new version? So basically the answer for that is very simple. MoMA, as some of you have known, or as you don't know, MoMA was a web-based app. So it didn't let us make any changes that we wanted since it was a web-based app. The app took some time to reload, and in a world where everything that we need to have it quickly in our hand, we had to make that extra step to create a new app for you that can support all the verticals, all the new verticals that we have out there. And of course, we wanted to give you an improved UI and improved user experience. So basically, we started with a complete overview of everything in the app. We checked every single feature that the app has to offer, MoMA 1.0 for that matter. We wanted to see the visibility. We wanted to see the time spent to perform a specific action, what features you use the most, what features you didn't use, et cetera, et cetera. And then we, and obviously when I say we, I mean Omri, the product manager, and the developers. Omri did a lot of interviews with a lot of operators, and I know that he may have done it with the operators that are here with us on the call. And with these interviews, we were able to get a lot of feedbacks and a lot of suggestions for the improvements that needed for the app. And with all of that, it has led Omri to sketch the new experience and to create MoMA 2.0, which is the version that we sent you a few 2 weeks ago. Now, about MoMA 2.0, what I really love to say, at least in the past 2 weeks, is that MoMA 2.0 is great and it will get better. And I put a lot of emphasis on that second part. Now, I want to say that I'll just say it as simple as possible. I want to say that we know everything. We know that there are times when you see that a server or sometimes it takes a few minutes to reload. We know and we are completely aware of that. And we and the developers team are aware of that. And trust me, they are working constantly to improve the app and to create a better experience for you. This is still a beta version. This is not the final version. So Omri and his team are working to make this beta version a stable version for you very, very, very soon. I don't know if I can say the date yet, but very soon. But the bottom line is that it is a great app because it brings a lot of functionality, which we will see today. And it will get better with all of the new features that are planned that didn't exist in the app before that. So a little bit about the beta program. The beta version was released to almost 300 operators globally, and 82% of the operators, 82% of you have installed the app in the first 2 days, which is amazing because we were able to receive a lot of data on your usage in the app very, very, very quickly. So what's new in MoMA 2.0? First of all, I want to talk about the app itself. Now, as you may or may not know, the app was fully designed and developed on Flutter. Flutter is an open source UI development kit, which was created by Google that actually enabled us to create all of these amazing features for you. And basically, it opens the door to many, many improvements in the future for this app. We are not limited to a web app that forces us to create things in a certain way. So by using Flutter, we also improve the communication time with the server so that you will receive much more information in the app. That information can be customizable. We will touch that. I'm going to give you like a pro tip on that. And it can also reload faster than before. And last but not least on Flutter, it enables us to create a better user experience for all of the devices, either from mobile or from tablet, which is something that we couldn't do before. And this is the type of experience that we want to give to you. This is the type of experience that we want to give to our customers. So if you had a chance to scout the apps and look at the menus that you have in the app, you've probably seen what I'm about to say right now. But for those of you who didn't, I want to let you know that we're also working on creating a better support system for you. There will be an in-app help center, as you can see in the screenshot from the phone, I think it's an iPhone, which is basically it's going to be kind of a help center, similar to what you have in Monix Wallet, a help center that will guide you on actions that you need to perform in the app. That's on one hand. And on the other hand, starting this week, we have new MoMA 2.0 courses in the university. And this is something that didn't exist before. For those of you who know me, you know that I love to talk about the university because that's my baby product here in Ajax. And the fact that we have information on the university is amazing because we didn't have training courses on MoMA in the university before. So we already have a lot of features in the university for you, and we are adding, I believe that we'll add in the upcoming 2 weeks, we'll add more and more and more courses into the MoMA section on the university so that you'll have all the information that you need in addition to all of the information that we're going to talk about in this presentation today. Now I want to dive in and I want to talk about the features in the app. And as I said before, the main focus today will be on the added value, the tips and tricks or whatever you want to call it. But however, if I will explain something and you want me to explain it a little bit, wow, I'm sorry, a little bit English further, don't hesitate to write it in the chat. I'm looking at that all the time. I'm sure that you see if you're looking at me sometimes, I'm looking at the chat and Omri is here with us. So if you do have questions, please send the questions to everyone in the chat, not just directly to me, so that Omri will also be able to see that as well. So let's explore. Let's start to see what is new. We have really a lot of exciting features for you today. So the first feature that I want to show you is the machine search. Now, as you can see here, and in almost all of the slides that we will see today, I pre-recorded the screen from my phone. So you can see the process as the presentation is advancing. So you'll have all the information on the slides themselves, and of course you will receive this presentation as is. So we have two new features in the machine search that you requested and Omri made for you. The first is that the search string works immediately. Okay, once you type on the screen, the list will filter according to what you wrote, which is something that we didn't have before. And another thing is something that also you requested is that now you can search the machine by the machine number, which is actually the video that you see here on the slide. You don't have to type the name anymore. You don't have to remember the name. If you have that additional information of the machine number, it will work the same way. And also, if we started talking about searching options, it leads me to the next feature, which is the filters. I'm sorry, I'm stopping for a second. David, you unmute yourself. Do you have a question? If not, then please forgive me. I'm muting you just because we have a little bit of background noise. And for everyone here in this webinar, please feel free to write in the chat. I just muted everyone by default. So I want to continue on and talking about the filters here, which is also a new feature that we have. We added filters So then when you click, wait, I think that the video stopped. Great, now it's continuing. So when you click on the search, you will see the filtering options, and that basically opens a submenu with a lot of options, and that depends on what you click. So for example, what you see here right now, if you click on machine type, you will see all the different icons of the machine. So you can filter very easily all of your machines that are labeled for food or beverages or whatever you want to filter that by. Another way that you have for locating your machine is to scan the QR code. And I believe that someone wrote that at the beginning on the Mentimeter at one of the questions. So on the top right corner of the machines list, on the top right corner, you have the QR code. And by clicking on this icon, it will open the camera. And once the camera identifies the QR code, it will open the machines page in the app. And just a quick note on that. If your machine is not linked to a sticker and you have a sticker and you want to scan that sticker, inside of MoMa, it will open a short wizard that will allow you to link your machine with the sticker placed on it. And in the university, I told you we have a lot of new information on MoMa 2.0. We have a short how-to video on how to do that, how to link between your machine and the MoMa app, and that's waiting for you on the university. So you can also search locate your machine easily by scanning the QR code on it. Now, another option that we have here, and that's the fourth and last option for search, and then we're going to talk about the other features. The last option that we have here for searching is searching on the map. Now, all you need to do here is just to click on the map icon that appears on the top right. The video, basically it's a GIF, so it will continuously start over. So you'll be able to see that. So at the top right corner of the screen, you have the map icon. And once you click on that, a map will open. And you'll be able to see all of the machines that are in your area under your operation. Okay, you can navigate from there to another location on the map. Now, a quick pro tip. I told you I'm gonna share with you a lot of pro tips during this session. If you click on the machine icon at the bottom of the page here on the app, it'll bring you back to the machine's search page. So you can switch between those two screens very, very easily. So those, as I said, were the machine search options. Now from here, I want to show you our improved hierarchy view. Now in the previous version of MoMa, in MoMa 1.0, or in the previous version, you needed to switch actor or to search in different hierarchies of your machines if you wanted to locate a machine. And now it's improved and you can see all of your machines on one list, even those who are under your sub-operators. You can see all of them on the screen. So as you see here on the video, as I scroll down on Happy Vending Places, which is my demo operator, I have sub-operators, I have USA, and I have another one there. And I can see just by scrolling on my operator, which is Happy Vending Places, as I'm scrolling down, I can see the machines that are under my sub-operators for that case, USA and Toronto area. So that is something that was also improved by your request. And also, if you want to search the hierarchy, you can always click on the operator name at the top search, and you can locate the sub operator that you want to view the machines that they have. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a moment for that to reload. Okay, great, because I got a message that you are seeing the screen in a delay. So whenever I'm switching the slide, I'm gonna wait a moment just for it to be refreshed on your screens as well. So once you search your machine, or once you open up the machines page, you will see the page that you have right here, which is the machines list. And here we made some changes that I think some of you may noticed already, but there are a few hidden tricks on this page that I want to show you that also appear here on the video itself. So let's start from the obvious. You can sort this list of machines that you see by any parameter that you want. But did you know that you can also change the information that you see on the list. So basically by clicking the display by that you see on the top left side of the screen, you will get all the available parameters that you can modify. So you can choose what you want to see and what information you want to hide from this display. Okay, and also, and here's another pro tip, you can also customize it even further. So whenever you choose what to display, whenever you check these boxes, you can hold down the parameter that you want and move it up or down. So basically you can change the display by making this parameter appear first, or you can just choose the order that it will appear under the list of machines. And this is something that can really help you to get the customization that you want, the customization that you need when you have a lot of information here. So if you put a lot of information, you will be able to see just 4 machines. But if you made some few customization, I'm waiting for the screen for the video to finish. If you just choose what to display, you can see a lot of machines that are appearing on your screen. So from here, I want to talk about the machines page. Okay, once you have found your machine on the list, right now we're diving into the machines page and all of the options that you have here. Sorry, David, I see, David, that you unmute yourself. Do you have a question? Okay.
That's
David,
okay. I can move that shelf.
Okay, David, I put you again on mute. Excuse me, and I'll continue. So right now we are on the machines page, a single machines page. So, and you will see the screen once you clicked on the machine. So the first tab that you see here, I'm sorry, the first information that you see here is the tabs. So you have the task and alerts, the product map, the analytics, the settings. You have a lot of information here. And starting from the tasks, currently there's not much information when you open the app, but in the near future, the task section will allow you to build a personalized task for each machine. And don't confuse that with pick list. We're going to talk about pick list later on. We're going to also cover that. So we have the tasks and we also have machine alerts. So the machine alerts will also appear here. It's going to be the same, similar to last alerts screen from the DCS. So you'll be able to see all of the alerts that are specific for this machine according to the events or that have happened or to the thresholds that you set on the machines page in the DCS. So you'll see all that information here on the, under the task and alerts tab. Now moving on to our second tab here. The second tab is,
let me hear it. This thing's turned up, my computer's turned up. But
David, we can hear you.
All your credit card readers.
David, can you
So
hear
you're
me?
kind of missing out on the chat.
Yeah. So, but it's recorded.
Okay. Excuse me for a second. I'm just going to write it in the chat. David, I mute your mic. Okay, David, I wrote that in the chat. If you have a question, then please just write it in the chat. And from now on, I'm continuing, and I want to talk a little bit about the products map. Okay, so that's the second tab, and from there you can basically view all of the information that you have on the product in that specific machine. Now, as you see here, we added an image to each product because as we're expanding to more verticals and the retail, it is something that the customer will see. And also, this is something that even if you are not into the retail, it's something that can also be relevant for you because Monix Wallet in the near future will support something that's called a remote vend. So that means that the customer can choose a product from the app itself. So it's very important that you'll add up an image for your product because you will be able to see that on the product map and your customer will be able to see that for Monix, and it's going to be really important for you. So once, as you see here, once you click on a product, you get to the products page, and you have a lot of information here, which is similar to the information that you have on the product map in the DCS. So you can edit all of the information here. If you want, you can use the plus and minus buttons to edit how much of that product you have. You can edit the pricing. You can edit almost everything that you want here. And another pro tip that I want to share with you on this specific page, if you made any changes on the product, for example, if you change the bin number or if you change the price, so you will see a yellow dot that appears on the screen. So that yellow dot basically indicates that there was a change, and you should save before leaving the page. And even if you try to leave the page without saving, you will see a pop-up. But that yellow dot indicates that there have been made some changes in the page that you want to check before leaving the page. So once you save, of course, all of the information will be synced as well with the product map in the DCS. Now, another hidden feature that you may have seen or may have not seen yet is the ability to change the product that is in a specific bin, for example, for product A to product B. So let's say, just for example, what you see here on the slide, that I have a Fanta can on bin number 11. As you can see here on the top, bin number 11 contains Fanta oranges. And I want to sell Cola Zero in that bin instead. So all I need to do is to click on that switch icon at the corner of the image. Then you will see a screen which appears in the center of the slide. You will see a screen with all of the products under that category. And on the top of that screen, you can switch the category into a different category that you have from the categories that you built for your product map. So you can choose any type of product that you want. And then once you click on the product that you chose, the product is updated. And as you can see, the bin hasn't changed. It's still bin number 11, but the product has changed from Fanta into Cola Zero. So you can change the product that you have in a very, very simple way directly from the MoMa app as well. Now, another feature that you have in the app is the yellow action button. And I'm sure that all of you have seen that because it really stands out. It gives you, it opens up quick actions that you can perform. Okay, right now you see the options here. We have fill machine, we have empty machine, adjust stock, and create a pick list. But if you look closely on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see all of the actions that will be added to this page. And it can contain so many features that Omri and the developer teams are working on. So you will also be able to edit all of the actions that you see here. In time, we will add more and more and more options here. And you'll be able to edit them just in a similar way to the way that you edit widgets on your home screen on your phone. So that list of 4 actions will be expanded in time. I'm sorry. So now that you've seen the existing feature, it's time to talk about the pipeline. And it's time to talk a little bit about what our developers team and Omri are working for you. So in the parameters screen, we want to bring many features from the DCS to the app so that you can perform all of them in your convenience, like change the machine configuration. All of the parameters from the DCS will be available in the app. You can change the device number directly from the app, which is something that you couldn't do in the previous version of MoMa. You can edit the machine's payment methods and more and more and more. There's like a long list of features that are still in development for features that exist on the DCS. Now, in addition to that, Omri and his team are adding more new features to the application for you. So the screen that you have here is a screen that they're also working on, and it's a message screen that allows you in-app communication either with your team or with stakeholders. So you can talk to them and you can update them on any matter that you want regarding to your operation. So it's a great communication channel that we will allow to have inside of the app for you. And that is something that's in the pipeline as well. Also in the pipeline, which is something that I say that I will touch on, is the pick list. Pick lists will also be available. You will be able to create pick lists from the app on a single machine. You can add machines to it and create a pick list that contains multiple machines. You can also edit the pick list so that it will show you pick list by specific machine, or that it will combine together, group together all of the relevant products or all the relevant types that you have, and then you can share that pick list with any stakeholder or with any contact that you have on your phone. And this is something that's going to be really handy for you, because we're adding a lot more features to the pick list that are going to be very, very, very handy for you. On the university, if you want to have a quick peek on how it looks on the university, we already have a course on the pick list. So you can go into Nax University and you can see what we have there on the pipeline and how it's going to look like. Now, additional features that will exist in the pipeline are dashboards, last sales, last alerts, things that we want to take from the DCS in order for you to have a lot of information on your operation and on your machines. And we want to add even more functionality, and we want to add the ability to pay with Monix or to give instant refunds to Monix from the MoMa app. So basically, as you see here, we're going to give you a lot of options so that MoMa will not just support or reflect the information that you have in the DCS. You will also be able to perform a lot of actions from the app, regardless to the DCS. So you can do it on the go. You won't need to be next to a computer in order to manage your operation. So before we wrap everything up, we've collected a few questions from the past 2 weeks, and I just want to touch on them before I'll touch the questions that we have in the chat. So one of the questions that you asked us the most is, does MoMa 1 still work? And the answer is yes, if you've tried that. All of the information is drawn from the same database. MoMa 1.0 will still be operative for the majority of 2021. We're not going to kill the app yet. Okay. Another question that we got from you: I have a feedback on the app. What should I do? So if you have feedback, that's great. That's exactly why we needed you. You are the users who are using the beta version, and we want to know about everything that's going on in the app. So let us know at moma@nax.com. Omri is responsible for that email, and he looks at everything that you are sending him. Just as a request, when you're sending us information on the app, please share with us screenshots or screen recording or previous actions on the app or any other relevant information that you have, so that we will know what had led you to send us that specific feedback. That information can be really, really, really helpful for us. The final question that I have here that you sent us: will Nax University support the new MoMa? So yes, as I said, we're working to add information on all of the existing and the new functionality. We're going to upload new courses about new functionality once they will be available in the app. So we will constantly have all of that information on Nax University for you. So the bottom line here, and I'm getting really close to the 45 minutes mark on this webinar, so we're still on time. So the bottom line is, it's a great app. It will get better, as I said, and it will get better with you, with all of your help, with all of your feedback, with all of the scenarios that you're sending us, and your improvements and your ideas and everything that you're sending to us, to Omri and to the team. This is something that really helps the app to grow and to be something that is better for you. That's the bottom line of the past 45 minutes that we've discussed about that. So thank you for now. And before we go, I want to have a quick look on the chat and see, just so we're clear. Okay, so a question from the chat. MoMA, the login to the MoMa app is the same credentials as you have for the DCS. So the username and the password that you have for the DCS, for the backend management suite, are the same credentials that you need in order to log in to MoMa, to the MoMa app. A question from Rodney. Hey, Rodney, it's nice to see you. When will MoMa 2 be finalized? Very soon. Not sure if I can say date yet. Hey, but very, very, very soon. Honestly, they're working really hard on that to finalize everything and to have a stable version. So you will have that very, very, very soon. Karen, thank you very much. And Rodney, for your additional question, I said it at the beginning. On Thursday, you will receive a recording of this session. You will get the full recording, and in addition, I will send you the presentation with all of the GIFs, with all of the videos, so that you will have all of that information. And the follow-up email will be sent on Thursday. Sarah is asking, can you send cash collection and view the cash accountability via the MoMa app? Actually, that's a question that I'm going to refer to Omri, because I'm not sure about that specific functionality, if it's something that already exists in the app. So Omri, if you can take that in the chat and answer Sarah, that would be great. And as far as I can see here, that's the last question that you sent to me on the chat. So on that note, oh, one more question. Okay, Charlie, since you sent that to me in a direct message, I want to take this offline and I want to solve it with you. So let's take it offline and try to see why you still cannot log into the app. Okay, because I'm pretty sure that we'll have to involve only here. So we'll take that offline with your permission. Great, you sent me your email, so thank you. Okay, so right now you are writing, and by the way, I'm speaking about that because I'm not sure if under the coding you'll see the chat. So I'm just saying that on the chat you're writing a lot of great feedback and a lot of functionalities that you want MoMa 2.0 to have. So I'm going to ask you if you want to see new functionality, please send that. I'm going to go back a little bit. Please send that to the email moma@max.com so that we will have everything organized and we will be able to work on that. Great. And on that note, I would like to thank everyone. I feel like it was a really intimate session and I love it. So thank you everyone for taking your time to be with us today. We have a lot of webinars planned ahead. As you've seen on the waiting screen, you can go into nax.com/webinars and you can see the upcoming webinars that we have for July. And I'm going to post next week, I'm going to post all the webinars that we have for August. We have a lot of information to share with you. So stay tuned on our webinar page. And thank you very much for being here with me today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, everybody. Thank you.